stereotypes. You see, a large part of understanding media is taking the intended audience into consideration. This dynamic is very reminiscent of minstrelsy, which is by definition a form of entertainment featuring songs, dances, and formulaic comedic routines based on stereotype depictions of Black Americans. And although the majority of these skits were performed by white actors in blackface, there's also a long history of Black actors performing in minstrel shows as well. In antebellum America, there were a few troupes of African American performers who made their living putting on plantation shows for white audiences. Now, there were numerous similar minstrel shows at the time, but these shows were novel in that the performers were Black and not white people in blackface. Because of this, they were seen as more authentic, when in reality they were complete acts. While they promised to show an authentic portrayal of plantation life, they merely perpetuated the stereotypes that white audiences expected from minstrel shows. This tradition of Black performers acting in a stereotypical manner in front of a white audience continued well on into the 20th century. Essentially, minstrelsy never went away, it evolved. And although blackface minstrel shows became rather taboo post-civil rights movement, the tropes in these shows did not die. They lived on in more subtle ways, and were still rearing their ugly head in far less subtle ways. On a personal level, what's rather upsetting is that I was exposed to this content and naively considered it to be funny, and many of my white peers formed a kind of parasocial bond with these creators without fully understanding how problematic their content was. It's unsettling to think that this generation of adults was raised on minstrelsy, and as a creator, he optimized his content to reach a large audience, an audience that at the time was proven to enjoy minstrel shows quite a bit. So the fact that these people have created empires by perpetuating racism is certainly something that needs to be discussed.